Hey guys, it's KNM786 here. Today we've got a Blitzway and Sticky Monster Lab collaboration. It is the SML Wars Spacecraft and Astronaut. It's more like a space capsule, about the size of an ostrich egg. Not that I've actually held one in person. He's kind of egg-shaped, so egg astronaut, egg capsule, whatever you want to call it. Let's start with a little probe. This is a space probe. Can get a good look if the camera will focus for us here. There you go. So essentially what it is this little guy that has a, there we go, a little smiley face there. And this one can just fold up. Comes on a little stand. It does go into the ship, and I'll show you where that goes in just a second. We're going to put that off to the side. Next, let's do the astronaut. Pretty cool. He's got his little ray gun, cool little logo there. He's wearing a little jetpack with that same logo. The engines do articulate. A little bit of gold accenting on the inside. The jetpack is magnetic. And then so are the arms. Let's take the arms here. We're going to get them set up for the actual space capsule here. So we're going to get his arms kind of in the right orientation. You've got kind of a swivel here in the bicep. You've got a bit of a funny looking elbow joint, and then a wrist joint, and that's pretty much it. So we're going to pop this hand off. He has two of these fists. The other hands he has, I actually have them holding the little control sticks. So we're going to stick that on. We're going to rotate that, and we are going to stick that right back on for the moment. Looks like he's got a little lollipop. We're going to pop the other arm off. Take a look at the ray gun here. We're going to take the fist off, pull the hand free, which it's definitely in there. Now we're going to switch that all for the one with a control stick. Alright. One of the unique features with this one is he does light up. Button on the back. The batteries require you to just pull the whole thing apart there. Very, very bright. He looks like he's ready to go, so let's take a look at his ship. Looking at the ship, you've got essentially a couple different hatches and doors we're going to look at in just a second. Cool little logo. There's another hatch there. That's the back, and you can see this Sticky Monster Lab. And then the same kind of the number 9 there, the logo that's on the astronaut's chest. Alright. And then bottom here, engine, and then these are landing legs, which we're going to pop out because it'll make it a little bit easier. For whatever reason, this one likes to click sometimes. Just depends on the orientation of everything. So let's get started with some of the panels and whatnot here. So let's start with what's on the inside, because that's always the most interesting. All right, and let's get a little bit closer there. As you can see, all kinds of little panels. By the way, these two holes, this one on this side, this one on this side, that's where those control sticks go. But he's got a cool little computer, and then if I flip it to one side, you can see that way up here where my thumb is right there, There's going to be a control panel up there, and then same thing on the other side. All of that lights up. You hit the button, it's all lit up. So we've got that lit up there, all of these guys, the lights in the back, the ones that are up top, and then on the other side. And then while we've got it lit up here, we're going to shut that for just a second. Engine as well, lit up. So you've got this kind of glow when you've got it sitting there like it's about to just fly off somewhere. And then also this panel right here, if I open up this panel, it's lit up as well. And in there is actually where our little probe will hang out. And we can just put him there and then close him back up again. Alright, we'll go to the other door here. This one, if you can't see it, it's right here. There's a little clip. Let's angle that a little bit better. There we go. So the gun literally just hangs out there. And that's actually also where the batteries for the spaceship are. They're going to be just hanging out right behind there. They are 3 LR44 batteries. They're button cells, and you also have 3 that go inside the astronaut himself. Then we've got the other panel here. Got one hand or a fist there. We've got the other one. I'm going to just stick that one in here as the indent's a little bit deeper because the index finger sticking out can get in the way a little bit sometimes. Put that there, and that's shut. All right. So now space capsule is all set to go off into space, but we need to obviously get the astronaut in there. So let's get that going. First, we've got the stand for the droid. Little probe folds up. This piece goes into here, and it kind of just hangs out in there. And then back here, it's kind of hard to see, but right there, there's little indents there, and those little indents are actually for the jetpack. So you pull them up, kind of stick it down there, and then just reach back and then just get it to where it just kind of rests. It doesn't secure itself, so obviously if it's a little too wild and it gets upside down, this stuff's going to go. It's going to move. That's just the reality of it. It's not really a toy. It's not really meant to be played with. You can interact with it. And then we've got the astronaut himself. So let's get him involved and get him into his little spot here. We're going to just ever so carefully line that up. I find it's a little bit easier to actually pull his arms off, line up that, and then swing his arms around. There we go. That way it kind of, because he's not attached to the ship directly unless it's with these things. So it means that it helps kind of keep everything lined up where we need it to be. So now he's in the ship, he's ready to go. So we gotta get him powered up, get the spaceship powered up, and then let's actually hit the lights here. And that way we will be able to get a better look. There's that one. And that one. All right. So, fully lit up. We'll shut that for just a second. So here he is, you know, going through space. Let's back up for just a second here. You can kind of see the LEDs are really bright. You can actually see green right here. When I pull this down from the computer, is so bright that it shows through the plastic a little bit, which is kind of interesting. I actually didn't notice that until the first time I actually had it in the dark lit. The booster, of course, very, very bright. And then as we get a little bit closer here, let's open that up again. You've got the astronaut here. We'll tilt him forward ever so carefully so we don't dump all of this stuff everywhere. Cool little panels. And then You guys can kind of see panel there, and we'll tilt him to the other side. Panel there. So very, very cool. Let me turn his lights off. And that will give you a little bit of a better idea of what we're looking at here. And there you go. Pretty cool. Let me get the lights back on. So, Sticky Monster Lab Blitzway space capsule. Definitely one of the more unique and cool sets out there. And definitely one of the more interesting designs, as this is the only one they've really done. So definitely very cool type of design. I do wish that Blitzway would collaborate a little bit more and get a couple more unique items like this, and we'll kind of see what they have next. Thanks for watching, like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.